Today's video isn't my usual one about filmmaking, techniques or gear. It's more about how you can stay sane in such a fast industry. When you're freelancing, especially in a creative field like filmmaking, the biggest challenge often isn't the work itself, it's the amount of work. There's always something you can do, and you never really clock out. And it all starts with the infamous to-do list. Mine is usually way too long. At times it feels like it's writing itself overnight. In the beginning, I tried to do everything all at once. I jumped from task to task, constantly distracted, constantly overwhelmed, and I felt like I wasn't getting anything done. What helped me the most was a very basic shift. I stopped treating my to-do list as one big mountain. Now I structure it like a timeline, by week, sometimes even by hour. I plan ahead as precisely as I can, not to be hyper-productive, but just to stay sane. Because here's the truth, as a freelancer, no one else is going to manage your time for you. If you don't take control of your own structure, the chaos will eventually. And here's the paradox. You're your own boss, you're free. You can work whenever you want. And that's as relaxing as it sounds and as stressful as it gets. It's not just about finishing things, it's about protecting your headspace. The biggest trap is the feeling of always being behind. There's always more you could be doing. But if you don't give yourself clear boundaries, if everything is always urgent, then nothing really gets done. For me, it became crucial to set a rhythm, a balance between ambition and realism. And that changed kind of everything for me in my private life. One of the toughest lessons in freelancing is that no one else is taking care of your future. There's no pension plan, no HR department. You are the system. In your 20s, that's easy to ignore. You just want to keep going, build your portfolio, do the work. But at some point you realize, if I don't take care of this now, it's going to hit me hard later. So I started thinking in layers. I invest time and money into myself, into gear, into my skills, into my business. And I'm also starting to look more into long-term options. One of the scariest parts early on was investing in gear. Big purchases, expensive lenses, a proper cinema camera. And honestly, a lot of people told me not to do it. That it wasn't smart to throw so much money into equipment at the beginning of my freelancing career, but for me it was the right decision. It's still paying off, slowly, because that kind of investment takes years to work itself back in. I definitely earned less over the past few years because my expenses were so high, but I was building something. That gear allows me to be more efficient, produce higher quality results, and it has helped me attract clients who specifically book me because I can bring a certain level of quality with my setup. It's part of a long-term thinking. Yes, you spend a lot upfront, but if you use it right, it pays off itself, not just through the day rates, but because it enables you to offer a level of service that others can't. Especially in fields like documentary work, where day rates in Germany are often limited, to be honest. Having your own high-end kit can make the difference between scraping by and building a sustainable income. Also, one of the biggest lessons, don't rely on just one income stream. As freelancers, we are always vulnerable to losing a client or having a project fall through. The broader your network and the more diverse your income sources, the more stable you are. Quick question, how often do you add motion graphics to your videos? I do it pretty regularly, and for that I use Motion Array. It's basically my go-to source for clean, customizable motion graphics that save me time and make my edits look polished. The library is packed with drag-and-drop graphics, animated arrows, lower thirds, call-outs, emojis, you name it. And they just work. Transparent backgrounds, sorted by software, searchable by category. And one of the best parts, I don't need to open After Effects or deal with alpha channels. I can just drop them straight into the timeline and go. I've used several in this video, just quick effective tools to speed things up and keep the focus on the content. If you want to give it a try, check the link in the description. I've added a discount that gives you 2 extra months free on annual plan. So if you're looking for a quick way to make your edits smoother, faster and just a bit more fun, definitely check out Motion Array. Freeing up time doesn't just happen by accident. The one thing I didn't expect when I started freelancing, how much not working you need to get your best work done. Let's start with structure. I need it badly, not just for productivity, but for peace of mind. Over the years, I found a system that really works for me. Yes, I use digital tools, my phone calendar is full, but the real core of my system is completely analog. I carry a physical calendar with me everywhere. That's where I plan everything. Shots, edits, meetings, script days. For me, it's the most effective way to stay on top of things. I also carry a small notebook. That's my scratchpad for everything. Ideas, reminders, notes, even backup dates if I don't have my main calendar with me. And once I'm back home, I will put that into this main one. Now I know it sounds a bit like jumping on a trend. We've all seen the Peter McKinnon video, but honestly, he's right. This stuff works. And I've been doing it for a while now, and it helps me to stay organized and enjoy the process. The other big shift was outsourcing, letting go of control. When I finally handed off my YouTube editing, I felt scared. But suddenly I had full days back. Days I now use to prep, write, or even rest. And that brings us to maybe the most underrated productivity tip in filmmaking: doing nothing, or rather planning for nothing. In my early 20s, I worked all the time. I thought hustle was the answer, but over time I've realized that breaks aren't just a luxury, they're essential. Time with my girlfriend, friends, or family rests my mind. Without it, I lose clarity. I burn out faster. So now I schedule free time just like I schedule a shoot. I protect it, because creative energy doesn't come from grinding, it comes from recovery. But our job isn't just mentally demanding, it's physically tough too. I just had a shoot where I spent the entire day with a camera in my hand, running non-stop, carrying 20 kilos of gear on my body, including the easy rig. And most of it in very uncomfortable positions. But hey, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. The physical stain is real. And I'll be honest, I'm not great at taking care of my body. I should be doing way more strength training, especially for my back. This job wears us down physically and mentally.
Organic chicken syndrome.
No, tell me please what's the name of it?
It's OCD.
And if we don't build habits to stay fit, even just a little, we're going to feel it sooner than we think. So yeah, systems are great, tools help, but a real game changer is giving yourself space, mentally and physically. And I'm still learning to do both. With all the pressure, the chaos, the taxes, the long nights and the sore backs, why do we do this? Because there's still nothing like it. Working as a freelance filmmaker means freedom. It means being able to choose the people you work with. It means turning an idea into a finished film and knowing that it exists because you made it happen. It also means seeing the world. I've been to places I would have never seen without this job. I worked in locations that are normally off limits, the kind where someone unlocks a door marked authorized personnel only and says, you can come in. And then there's the people. As filmmakers, we get to build relationships with people we'd otherwise never meet. We sit in living rooms, hospitals, workshops, shelters, and listen. And those moments of closeness, of shared stories, they stay with you. And of course, there's the freedom to build your own path. As a freelancer, every hour you put in moves you forward. Every project, every risk, every long day, it's for something that belongs to you. Sure, it comes with a risk, and yeah, sometimes it's lonely, but every step you take this career belongs to you. When you get better, you benefit. When you try something new and it works, you own it. And when you fail, and you will, the lesson you learn from it are valuable to you and to you alone. You get to make things that actually touch people. Even after years of doing this, I still get a little excited every time I hit record. And when a film is done, even a short one, even a corporate job, there's that moment where I watch it and I think that didn't exist before. Now it does. And that feeling, I wouldn't trade it for anything. If you've made it this far, thank you. Seriously, I know it wasn't the typical gear review or flashy setup video, but this topic has been on my mind for a long time. And if you're working in the industry or thinking about starting, I hope that some of it was helpful. Freelancing is a wild ride. It's messy, rewarding, exhausting, and full of small victories that no one else sees. But it is also one of the most meaningful ways I can imagine to spend my life. And I'm really happy I get to share the journey here on YouTube and that people like you are following along. Thanks for sticking around, and I see you in the next one.